Crazy Girl says, we are not breaking up. I love you. I'll give you space, but we're not breaking up. I'm not having a hot girl summer because we aren't breaking up.
What more do you want from me?
Hello, friends. Trace amounts of science. I was gonna do some incel tier today, but I got into it and my body could not absorb that negative energy today. I need something different, a new flavor, a bit of negative feminine energy. It's still negative energy, but it's a bit more feminine. Really, they just turn it pink and charge you $2 more, but it still counts. So we're getting into r/NiceGirls. Hope you guys will enjoy it. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Date asked me to pay for her Uber at the end of the night. Nah, that's on you. You took the subway or whatever. I'm not gonna buy you fucking subway tokens. What are you talking about? That's ludicrous. We each agreed to bring our own transportation. I have nothing to do with that. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. She says, all right, almost there. Thank you for dinner tonight. And he says, yeah, no problem. I'm pretty put off by the request for money for the Uber, to be honest. So I think it's best we just go our separate ways. Well advised. She's a do-nothing. She's gonna squeeze you for every penny because she ain't got no pennies, you see? This OP big brain. I like to see men knowing when to walk away. She says, when I go on a date, I always get offered to pay the Uber by a man, even without asking. Honestly, I've never asked a guy to pay because they usually care and offer, even if I don't mention it. Yeah, well, I don't care. I never cared. Feeding you dinner, that's not caring, because you didn't give me even more. Why don't you shut your fucking mouth, you succubus? It's like gentleman's escort manner. Escort, huh? Maybe it's only been a date with nice ones. It's okay if you want to keep your own style, but it's just tips for you. Good luck with it, but my standard doesn't fit you. I appreciate the dinner. Bye! Yes, okay, we've agreed that we're incompatible. Why does it have to be like, I'm the one that chose to end this, for the record? You see the little flip reverse she tried to do? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You and the other girls at your fucking hen nights, that's it. Nobody's keeping track. Also, you shouldn't say you're gonna send money if you didn't mean it. Wait, did he say that? Yeah, just get in the Uber. I'll give you money when I get home. And then he checked his balance. He's like, that girl eats like a trash compactor.
Damn, little lady. You sure can't put it away.
My checking's never gonna recover. OP's only response is, you shouldn't buy Ubers that you can't afford. Bye. If you can't afford an Uber, you're in dire straits. If one dinner with a fat girl will put your whole shit out of whack, then maybe you just shouldn't be dating. That's not the point in your life where you need to be worrying about that. That's a tip for both of you. Everybody could apply that one. She says, yeah, I'm so broken. Puppy dog eyes. Lol. Yeah, you won in that exchange for sure. Most of men try to take care of woman's ride when it's on a date if they knows how to escort woman. Winky emoji. Was this an escort thing? Like, she said it multiple times. She's gonna say it one more time again. Here it comes. I recommend you to not go on a date if you can't care. Escort, but get put off for an Uber fee. Ha ha ha. Anyways, I hope you're having good night. What's up with like the broken English and stuff? She's just like a Russian prostitute? Is that what's going on here?
Alright, drop the coats on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. She wanted me to pay for her Uber. Do you believe that shit? Like, I'm sure some dudes would pay for an Uber if you really had a connection and you were that invested already. But to be presumptuous about it, come on. I wasted a little bit of money on the dinner, but sure, I found out that you and I don't connect really. So yes, you pay for your own Uber. If theoretically you did end up chopped up in a dumpster somewhere because you couldn't get a ride with the Uber and you couldn't afford it legitimately, I'd feel bad. I would feel a little bit bad. But mostly because it would be an inconvenience when the cops come to question me because I went on a date with you last night. Oh man, that's gonna be terrible for me. Okay. Brace for impact, I guess. I don't know if that joke's too mean. It's fine. We'll leave it in. It's a dead Russian hooker. What do you want? Nobody batted an eye before I pointed it out. Why am I the bad guy for pointing it out? God. I gotta go away from this now. I didn't respond to her text for a day because I was working and sick. You said you don't ghost, and you literally are doing that, and it's so fucking rude and weird. No. This behavior that you're doing right now is rude and weird. Like, people don't know what ghosts are. Ghosts leave forever, okay? One day is not ghosting. Unless you're a dog, I guess, because one day really does feel like forever for them. So she's just a little dog brain girl, you know? Some people prefer cat girls. We've been experimenting with dog brain girls. It's trace amounts of science. You're not much of a catch. You're monotone and clearly have baggage. And you have the audacity to treat me like I'm not worth your time? Oh my God, dude. If monotone is the worst that she could hit you with, like, I think you're sort of winning out here, bro. You're going to be on dating apps for a long time because you are arguably autistic and just downright rude for someone who looks the way you do. Good fucking luck, bro. OP says, lose my number, please. She says, I did. You're worthless. Even your dad thought so. Bye. Have a good life. You coming after my grandpa, or did you really bring up your daddy leaving you behind on a first date? That's not a great look, OP. Come on now. Come on. Her last message is, I will lose your number when you lose your loose-ass skin and shit attitude. You friggin' preg. Oh, man. She's off a rocker. OP did take it with some grace, though. I'll say that. Just lose my number. I want to go a lot harder. Whatever you know about her, it's all coming out. Listen here, you walking Sephora ad with makeup so thick I bet your face could stop a fucking bullet. How are you a walking advertisement for every cheap Chinese cosmetic brand that ever existed? But I'd really rather talk about what's underneath all of that, or rather, what's not. Here's a news flash. No amount of contouring can sculpt you some character or some charisma. You're basically a billboard of superficiality, shouting to the world your lack of anything remotely interesting or intelligent to contribute. Every time you speak, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. And that's not just because your voice could shatter glass, but because every word that you utter is a testament to your own vacuous existence. You're so far from being a threat to anyone's intelligence that you're the equivalent of intellectual white noise. Utterly ignorable. You're a pretty package with nothing inside. A gift that nobody asked for or wants. That's why you're so desperate to cling on to any scrap of attention that basically any man on the planet will give you. You latch on and you never let go. You contribute absolutely nothing. You're a leech in its purest form. Maybe that's a little too much, but it's just scattershot. You see what sticks. You tried to cut me deep, I'm gonna make sure that I cut you deeper. That's just how that goes. But we're moving on to the next post. Obviously that chick is miserable, and probably the next one will be too. Genuinely curious if I said something even remotely insulting. Probably not. She just blew up because all the insecurities are inside of her, festering away. But let's hear what you said. She said, haha, yes it would. I'm a 2-hour walk, 30-minute bike ride from furthest places I go. But before I biked, I walked everywhere, and I don't know how I did it. I'm tough as hell, but it's not like I had a choice, Edited. What you up to, Chico? Opie says, still at work, fulfilling contracts. She says, aw, nice. He said, I saw your story. I wish my arms were that vascular. And she says, vascular? Yeah, I don't got like the weird fucking creepy looking arm veins that some chicks are into. And apparently she took that shit real personal. She says, go back to therapy. You weren't there long enough. OP says, I haven't gone yet today, but thanks. Yeah, this is really degenerated out of nowhere, hasn't it? Ask to stay longer if they have a spot. You're an asshole. OP says, what? I was just commenting on my non-vascular arms. Fucking rude. Don't act dumb. You're mean. I didn't do anything to you. You're ugly as dog shit. Talking to me crazy. End yourself tonight. What?
Listen, you son of a what the f***'s your problem?
Yeah, I don't even know where this is coming from. Does she have you confused with somebody else? OP finally starts to clap back and says, bro, sounds like you need the therapy. What is wrong with you? That's a long list. We don't have time to go into that. You do know that vascularity has to do with veins popping, which also tends to happen when you're in better shape. And I was saying, I wish I had that vascularity in my arms, translated to, I wish I was a healthier weight. Make excuses all you want, but you're rude AF. Sexist MFer. What? I'm still not understanding what the problem is. OP just says, all right, thanks for telegraphing the psychotic bullet you are so I can make an early dodge. Yeah, this is completely out of nowhere. I guess him calling her arms vascular, like vascular is a somewhat masculine trait, I guess. Was he talking about her veiny arms and she just has a complex about it? Did she have man hands?
She had man hands.
I guess it could be considered rude to call a woman's arms vascular, but it's really no need to blow up about it this hard. Her blowing up about it this hard tells me that somebody used to make fun of her for that. One of her deepest insecurities, and you brought it to the surface. Now you can use it as a sword to strike her down at your will. Just call her Vasculina, or Capillary Cara. I don't know what her name is. You could come up with something. Brenda with the blood bulges, you know? Whatever. Obviously some deep-seated insecurity. Not your damage at all, OP. I think you're well advised in just walking away from this. Unfortunately, another dude's gonna come into contact with this mess, but maybe she'll get it figured out. Maybe. I don't care if she does or doesn't, honestly. Anyway, moving on. This girl comes into my life every few months. No matter what, I'm always in the wrong. How could you didn't say happy birthday to me, skull emoji? OP says, did you forget that you blocked me? Why would I say anything to you? Yeah, but I didn't delete you. I blocked you for a reason, so you need to say sorry. You need to jump off a bridge. Leave me alone. OP also needs to stop responding. Stop fucking playing the little game. Like, look, we're done here, okay? I don't want to celebrate your birthday. I'm going to celebrate the day that you blocked me. The day that you walked out of my life. Hopefully forever, but here you fucking stand once again. So hurry up and leave so I can mark a new date on the calendar. Nice girl, double standards at its best. How likely is it for a man with no kids to date a woman with kids? 'Cause I'm looking. Why does the man have to have 0 kids? Because I will never be able to love somebody else's kid the way I love my own. That's not fair. So he's expected to sacrifice what you're not willing to? Okay. It's not really okay. But, you know, you let people have their delusions or whatever, their standards. I guess standards is the nicer thing to call them. Delusions really is the more realistic thing to call them, because you said kids, plural. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's gonna jump into that. 1 kid, maybe. I could see it, but yeah, multiple kids is probably not gonna happen. And the realization is slowly creeping in. That's why she's out here looking for validation on social media. Somebody please tell me that it could actually happen. I mean, it could actually happen, but yeah, the chances aren't good. How likely is it? Not. Not very likely. Probably some people get a little pissed off. I'm keeping it a bit too real, but I don't know, dude. What I can tell you is that it wouldn't be me. Could never be me. And my advice, personally, don't let it be you either, fellas. All right, moving on. Did I overreact here, or is she cray-cray? Cute, 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 says Angel. LP says, hi, Angel. What's cute? Not you, the dog. And he sends a shrug, Obama. The goal is to be chubby. And he said, yeah, I heard cute girls like that. I'm very ugly then. Already with the negging, the fishing for compliments in a way that is also complimentary to herself, assuming that being skinny is a good thing in this scenario. Which in my personal opinion, yes, indeed it is, but the whole vibe is off here. She's the devil in disguise.
Oh, yes, you are, devil in disguise.
OP says, I could tell. Try to be nicer to people. It might help. Angel emoji. Dude, I love that dunk. Holy shit. Obliterated, wrecked, melted, roasted, toasted. She's over. I love it. Come in here with that nasty vibe, you're gonna get popped in the mouth. I'll show you where you sit. You thought you were too cute to get any sort of retribution. You were wrong. Nice girl tries to defend herself by going, I'm honest, and people don't like honesty. I mean, we could be honest with a little bit of tact behind it, you know? I say some uncouth things, but it's often said in jest. And then we give a little bit of actual, like, real-world advice or wisdom behind it. If you're being quote-unquote honest without any sort of pragmatism behind it, that's just being a dick. Or a bitch, as the case may be. Anyway, she continues, you asked what I was commenting on. I answered and made it clear it was the dog and not you. I understand you are Korean, and isn't it in Asian culture you guys comment about each other's looks honestly? And on that, she is right. As an outsider looking in on Korea, like, it is a rather vapid culture. Plastic surgery for your 18th birthday as like a common thing there. Seems a little bit vapid, that's all I'm saying. However, again, we need to practice some pragmatism here. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not the problem here, and I'm going to use your own ethnicity as the excuse. Like, that doesn't really fly if you bring it out into broad daylight, does it? I don't know what I'm even talking about here, because this broad doesn't have any daylights on. There's not a spark of anything going on up there. Negging and fishing for compliments, that's her entire existence. That's how she validates herself. That's good. It's a real nice choice you made there, Angel. I hope it keeps you warm at night. Oh. Anyway, I swapped Instagrams with her 5 minutes after matching on Hinge, so of course I follow a lot of women, and then she stalked my following. Yeah, this this is one of those things. You got too many. Why is this dude liking your post? Like, social media is so ridiculous. It's not where all these problems started, but it certainly exacerbated them. Anyways, she says, do you even like Latinas, sir? Your following popped up in my recommendation, and damn, I ain't even none of what they look like or ethical background. What? Ethical? I think you mean ethnic. Oh boy. Well, she's dumb, I can tell you that much. OP says, wait, what does being Latina have to do with me being trapped in a basement? Is this some kind of ritual I'm not aware of? Oh, were you guys doing some weird RP thing? Wait, what do you mean? Asks OP, and she says, nothing. I just scrolling, and most of the recommendation of followings consisted of your following, and damn, you follow a whole lot of women, might I say. Yeah, I guess you might. Does that make you insecure in some way? I can't imagine why that would be when you have such a winning and magnetic personality. I really always wanted somebody who would claim ownership of me and start criticizing my choices of who I follow within 5 minutes of meeting me. That's great. That's a really good look. What are you going for right now? He says, I didn't really look through my following before, and look at that. I don't really care, to be honest. Unless if it was my partner, then I would give a damn. But since I don't have one, shrug emoji. Damn, she's so subtle. She really wants to dig her claws in the OP. I don't know what's going on there. But it seems to be working out because OP returns the vibe, I guess. He says, I don't know, me no have partner. I'm chilling right now. Should I quit my job? Yes, do it. The answer to everything is always yes. She said, I'd be concerned if you did. Oh, that's a good, like, question to feel her out, you know what I mean? Would you like me if I didn't have goddamn anything at all? And that answer right there means no, I wouldn't. Okay, then you're not the one. Move on. Or maybe she was talking about the partner thing. Who cares? She says, quit your job if you want to. Depends on what you work as. And then complete non sequiturs, he answers the first question she asked. Do you even like Latinas? Okay, he says yes, Lamau, and she said, oh, that's nice. Following shows the opposite. That's nice. I don't know what to say to that, to be honest. I have no reply. And he just says, slay. Completely checked out of it already. I love it. She says, I feel like I know you from somewhere. College name? Oh, now I know. You dated that one girl. Oh. Yeah, just make me feel bad about my previous choices, as if you're not the worst choice that I could ever possibly make. It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. OP says, which girl? And she says, no commentary. I'm glad this isn't romantical. I'd actually be pissed off. Shaking my head would have me thinking I'm ugly. And he says, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about types. Usually people like specific features or facial attributes, so if this was romantical, I would be hella pissed. And he just says, yeah, this shit's weird. I'm just gonna head out. She's trying to be subtle at a thing that only she knows or something. Or no, wait, because he doesn't follow Latina women exclusively. She's like, oh yeah, I'm just not your type, or something like that. What the hell is going on here? Is this just what dating apps are now? How terrifying. Oh yeah, we met on Hinge, now let's check out each other's Instagrams. Oh, now we get to start off the relationship with a bunch of insecurities about, oh, I don't look like this girl that he follows. Wow. We're just shooting ourselves in the foot before we even start. We're gonna be on Hinge forever. Maybe that's what you want deep down. Like a connection, but not too close because you might get hurt. Anyway, whatever. It's armchair psychology. This user says, whiplash to her saying she really likes me, etc. in previous conversations. He says, hey, this isn't working for me. I feel as though I've tried my best to keep this conversation fun, offer you support, reassure you of my attraction, but I keep getting the impression that it isn't enough or I'm doing something wrong. I'm not willing to carry on trying and second guessing at this stage, and I think it's best if I just move on. Best of luck with everything. X. No ways, I feel the same. I'm the best, X. Seriously removed me. Wow, you're a child. Laughing with tears emoji. But there was no laughing.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I was worried about how to break not being attracted to you, but you've made this so much easier. This has genuinely made me laugh so much. She doesn't mean laugh. All the best with finding someone that's less feminine than you, laughing with tears. She's hurt. Deep down, she's real hurt, but, you know, she's trying to cover it up. Gotta cover it up with a whole boatload of cope. Scratch back some of those ego points that we might have lost along the way when this entire thing fell apart. And with the way that he talks about it, you know, basically she's endlessly seeking validation. Not a fun person to be around. Very mopey. You know the type, don't you? Eeyore, but without any redeeming qualities.
Why are you always in such a bad mood?
I have a nail in my ass.
Oh.
I'm unhappy with life, but you're the one that needs to do something about it. No, Eeyore picked up his house every time it fell down. He didn't burden anybody else with that task, alright? This woman's existence is a burden to everybody around her, including people that just have a brushing pass. Perhaps we should date. OP saw that shit like a freight train coming down the tracks, and he's like, nope. So I love to see it, honestly. That's some self-respect right there. She's never going to truly be happy no matter what you do because the damage has been inside of her all along. Until she gets that fixed, stay out of relationships. Or if you truly insist on being in a relationship, I guess keep these things in mind moving forward. She's not going to. All she thinks about is food. She's a fucking black hole! Anyway, moving on. One found me in the wild. Oh, they're out there. They're the ones that never ever leave the dating apps. So yeah, you gotta be super wary. OP says, hello, you received your friend request. Do we know each other from somewhere? And she says, good morning. No, we don't. I just requested you. OP says, okay, well, hi. If it's a big deal, you can unfriend me. Sorry I requested you. And he says, not a big deal at all. I was just curious. And then he says, "Hi, who are you? Why did you request me?" Not in a mean way, just a getting to know you sort of way. Smiley. And she says, "I understand, but after I told you no, I just requested you, your response with the laughing face seemed weird. You're an adult. You know we don't know each other. Next time, just say, 'Hey, nice to meet you. Thanks for the friend request.' Simple." OP says, "Wow. Okay, well, nice meeting you briefly, maybe, I think. Good luck with everything." Yeah, smooth. Buttery smooth. Good job, everybody involved. I'll say she's more guilty. She's the one that made it arrogant, but I don't know. This entire exchange is just weird. Every time I look into any sort of dating app or interaction these days, it's all just really weird. This OP says, "Bullet dodge." Good for you. Crazy Girl says, "We are not breaking up. I love you. I'll give you space, but we're not breaking up. I'm not having a hot girl summer because we aren't breaking up."
What more do you want from me?
This is already just, please don't. "Baby, text me back. Tell me we aren't breaking up. Come on, baby, I love you. I'm gonna be your housewife. We're gonna have beautiful kids. Baby, I love you. Come on, baby. I love you. Have a good day." Yeah, this is getting unhinged pretty quick. How long were they together? Really doesn't matter to me, actually. Because when you start out by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you your space," and then go on to message them this many times, call them 1,000 times, like, that's not giving anybody space. And then she wants to threaten him with a hot girl summer? "If you don't say you love me back, I'm gonna go do coke and bang a bunch of dudes, and it's all gonna be your fault." Okay, well, no matter how bad you want to blame me for the actions that you took, you're the one that has to deal with the consequences. The fact that that's even an option for you tells me that you're not housewife material, okay? And the piece de resistance really is at the bottom of the post where it says, "This sender's not in your contact list anymore." Young love. Or, some semblance thereof. Because OP did confirm that she cheated on him before this storm, which is why she was so eager to get back into his good graces to continue maltreating him. Classic nice girl moves, is it not? Anyway, we're continuing on. OP says, "Is it just me, or was this not normal? If you have to ask." "Hey there, how's it going?" "Hello, it's Monday, At least it's almost over." "Man, you are really close by, lol." "That's right, I'm standing right behind you with a knife." No, she actually says, "I don't work till Thursday night. Don't work a Monday to Friday schedule. Only work 12 nights a month. Full time for my field." Yeah, nursing. What's it like for you? Like 3-2-4-3 rotation? Plus it's still a Monday. She says, "I work 3 nights, off 6 to 8 days, work another 3, off 6 to 8. Oh, okay. Gotcha." "No, not gotcha. Bitch, that ain't full time." In no field is that full time. But I guess OP don't want to rock the boat this early. He just says, "Yeah, that's not too bad." And she said, "Of course it's not." And that's the big red circle where it all went downhill. Interesting. OP says, "Maybe you are not regular nurse, right?" Yeah, she does brain surgeries, mostly on her own brain, mostly with an ice pick. It's just a lobotomy. She just says, "I work less than most and paid a lot. That's a normal nurse schedule. Most do overtime." OP says, Yeah, this is all falling apart real quick. She's weird and evasive and go no further. That's the message I'm getting. She says, "I'm a nurse practitioner now. Get my PhD in December." OP says, "Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Nurse practitioner or anesthetist or something. Something advanced and maybe a special department. But that's cool. Congrats." She says, "Regular nurses work 12 a month too. I said most pick up overtime." Okay, it's a really weird thing to get stuck on, especially if he's giving you a pass on it. OP says, "Yeah, I know, it's hard work." And she says, "Not for me. I'm smart, and I know what I'm doing." OP says, "Oh, nice." "I've been in ICU nursing for 17 years. Wow, that's so interesting. Are you at all worth interacting with outside of that?" I'll come to you if I'm choking. How about that? I don't really want to deal with you in any other capacity. Even, like, during a hospital stay or something, she's like, I can't make mistakes. I'm too smart. Gives you the wrong medicine and you die. She's a self-important jackass. It's best to walk away. And you're correct, OP. It's not normal. We can forgive a few red flags here and there, but she is letting you know far in advance what you are in for. So just move forward with that knowledge. And good luck. This OP says, took her 10 messages to ask me for money already, and I'm the petty one. OP says, oh, I was in the army as well. Got out in 2020, though. What was your MOS? Well, if you're free this weekend at all, I'd love to take you out. She says, I'm in cybersecurity. You cash apping me for breakfast? Where you reside? OP says, lol, okay. I see what you're looking for on here. Wish you the best. Bye-bye. I ain't looking for shit, but I don't mess with petty either. Bitch, you can't even afford breakfast. You about as petty as it gets. But yeah, we don't need to tell her that. She already knows, okay? Not even smart enough to fry an egg. Just gets on Facebook and slams her face. Like, hey, would you send me money? For what? For existing? It's not my job to fucking feed you, okay? Good on OP for walking away, as with most of these posts today. I'm really liking that. Probably wasn't even an actual woman anyways. Just some man in a third world country. Tried to get the Cash App, whatever. Quite pathetic indeed. I'll give you money for an Egg McMuffin. Just be straight up with me. Like, hey, I'm in a third world country. I don't have many prospects. Could you give me $5 to help me get on my feet? Well, if all it's going to take is $5, all right. But the thing is, the really weird thing is that when people get money for free, they don't respect it as much as if they had earned it themselves. They'll go buy a bunch of frivolous shit with it and then come back tomorrow and ask you for another $5.
Here you go. This is for you. Don't buy no drugs.
In the worst case scenario, of course. I'm sure there's plenty of success stories out there of people getting $5 and turning their whole lives around. Whatever, I'm getting more negative as this goes on. I just wasn't ready today. This OP says, girl I'm seeing has an insane friend. Yeah, we know how that goes, huh? She says, I never said blank had herp. That's not who it's referring to. And OP says, well, who were you talking about? Some girl I know you've been messing around with in that place. Thanks for the drama though, bud. And he says, lol, now I know you're lying. She says, I'm not giving you a name, so you can just cause me more drama. I don't care. And he says, yeah, convenient. And she says, maybe quit throwing your dick around. Ruined a 10-year friendship. I hope your dong falls off. And that's a weird enough exchange in itself, but when you add the backstory to it, it really adds some layers. So I'm going to read it here. OP matched with Red on Tinder, who's a crazy girl, and we messaged a little, but nothing ever came of it other than following each other on social media. I started seeing another girl, Blue, recently, and apparently they were friends. Red DM'd me when she found out I was seeing Blue to tell me that Blue had herpes. Obviously, that's a pretty serious allegation, so I brought it up with Blue. We were both sure that we were clean, but got tested anyway. All clear. So Blue confronts Red, and then Red DMs me. I haven't slept with anyone from or in the city she mentioned in green. She goes on to blame me for her lies and psychopathy. Nice girl. Yeah, jealousy's a hell of a thing. At the end of it, she's like, you ruined a 10-year friendship. No, that was your choice. I had nothing to do with it. They didn't even have a physical exchange of any sort. Just some messages, and this crazy chick wants to lay claim and ownership. I can't believe you would date him. I talked to him one time. You're out of your mind. You realize that. I mean, she doesn't yet, but someday it'll be a shocking revelation for her. This OP says, there was an attempt to explain how you're not my type anyway is somehow a compliment. OP says, snap invite accepted. She says, lol, okay, good. I just woke up from a nap anyway. Okay, yeah, kind of figured. Flake like the rest, of course. Eye roll emoji. Jesus, man. Talk about playing your hand just like super early. Now that we can stalk each other on social media, let me show you how weird I can get. Okay, you'll excuse me if I never want to talk to you again. You're honestly not even close to my type. I'm really just trying, but it doesn't matter. You're all the same. OP says, whoa, that was rude. I wasn't near my phone, so I just got these texts. I wasn't flaking. We talked yesterday about you coming over to my place since I hadn't been feeling well. I thought that was still the plan. Until now, that is. And she said, I thought you was joking. And he says, nope. Yeah, don't let her back her way out of this one. You make those consequences stick. She says, well, miscommunication a bitch, so I guess I blew it already. Awesome. You certainly did. And it wasn't a miscommunication. The miscommunication is everything that came before the mask came off. This is who you really are underneath there, and I saw it. And I don't want to see it no more. Feel better. Sorry. Didn't understand. Just figure you'd tough it out or just cancel. So, to be clear, we're not happening anymore because I'm a fuck up, apparently. Yeah, it's just some good unfortunate-y vibes there. Do something to blow it up and then throw yourself on the altar of mercy. I'm just such a piece of shit. And most people aren't mean enough to bend down and be like, yeah, you are, and put a bullet in your head, but I will. I'll tell you straight. We had a good thing going, you dumb son of a bitch, and you just had to ruin it with your pride and your ego. OP says, you said, and I quote, you're not honestly close to my type. Not exactly a flattering statement. Oh, but she's going to try and reel it back right quick. This is going to be wonderful. I was going to explain what I meant on our date in person. It's a good thing, actually. Yeah, we've entered the spin zone. I always tend to go for ones that don't have their shit together, so to speak, and it never goes anywhere. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone of dating younger guys with a record, which never goes anywhere, so to speak. That's right, I used to date bad boys, but now I'm ready to settle for someone like you. How about fuck you? I'm gonna go find somebody that actually appreciates me for what I could offer. Thank you. Also get AIDS. ReddX Brad Super 8.
He's got AIDS.
I've missed this. So good. She says, so actually it is a compliment, but I understand how it would come across. So either you're a moron or you think I'm a moron or both of us are fucking morons, but there's definitely some moronicism going on here. That's what I know. I think it is best if I just see myself out. She says, no excuse though, just caught me in a defeated mood, I guess. I'm not perfect. Yeah, you're not even trying hard to be, are you? Just laid down on square one and said, I'm sorry, I'm such a piece of shit. I need to find somebody who will drag me to the finish line. Yeah, that ain't gonna be me. Good luck out there, though. I've been dating hard, and I've put in so much time and energy for nothing. You wanna know why that is? Because you're scared of success. So everything that's going relatively well, you feel the need to blow it up and then blame the entire world for being against you when you've been your own worst enemy the entire time. But I guess we're truly not ready to have that conversation quite yet. It's just starting to take its toll. I do think you're cute and funny, really. Just different for me is all. Okay, I'm done. Take it as you want. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it at all. I will leave that exactly where it was. Remove you from all the things. And then we could both be on our way. Me towards somebody who appreciates my unique brand. And you towards, I don't know, being bitter at the world and filling up a house with cats till you die alone in it. Sorry, not sorry. That's the only way I see it unfolding for you at this point. Unless you learn to fucking take a chill pill, you know? Hop offline, go touch some grass. If you find yourself obsessing about somebody who hasn't sent you a message yet, just give it time. People exist outside of their phones. Although people that are glued to it 24/7 might not fully realize that. Anyway, this OP says dating apps suck in her bio, but he sent a message anyway. And it said, hey you, I love your glasses. Too bad they cover such gorgeous eyes, laughing emoji. And she said, the laugh emoji, seriously? That's not funny at all, weirdo. And then a pig, and then a laughing emoji, and then a skull. I think she only lurks on dating apps so she can feel better about herself rejecting guys that hit on her because she's got a masculine jaw that looks like she can crack open walnuts. That's all she's good for. That's what we keep her around for. It certainly isn't her sunny disposition, is it? I won't go in too deep. We'll move along. This OP says, the whole time I thought her abrasiveness was an act, but it's who she really is. Yeah, it's like that they used to say, when people show you who they are, believe them. It's that simple a lot of the time. Anyway, she says, you can join me in PZ for a little if you want. And OP says, I sort of thought you were done with me after you removed the thing on field, lol. I was gonna just let it be, but if that's not the case, then I just have to say that I really didn't appreciate the way you spoke to me last time. I often don't, but I can usually deal. I can't imagine you're willing to be able to change the way you talk to people, and I probably can't stop being sensitive, so I don't know what to do or say. What you say is fuck off. I'm done with you. I'm a human being. I refuse to be spoken to that way. Where are your balls? That's what I really gotta ask. One message in. Maybe I'll find them through this string. I hope so. She says, I don't want to sleep with you anymore, but I'm fine remaining casual friends that game together. Nah, you want me to carry you is what it is. Not gonna happen. No free rides! You think I want to play every game 4 on 5 because you suck hard? Forget about it. She says, but if you don't want that either, it's fine. All deal. Oh yeah, everybody's dealing. Not very well, admittedly, but they are dealing, I guess. OP says, were you planning on sharing that with me? I would like to keep gaming with you. Am I wrong about you changing the way you speak to me? I'd like to be wrong. I have enough self-respect that I don't want to deal with that anymore. Good for you. Love to see all these dudes with a backbone today. Yeah, he found his balls all right. She said, the way I speak to you is directly responsive to the way you act. So if you don't like it, yeah, the problem's with you, not me. Why are we even engaged? Just fucking cut the line. This one ain't no good. OP says, that's so toxic. If someone makes a mistake in a difficult game, you're allowed to be shitty to them? I don't think a dog should be treated like that. You know a dog that can play Rainbow Six Siege? Anyway, it sounds like we, as people, don't get along. Have a nice life. And she says, indeed, delete my number, please. Okay, good. Mutual parting of the ways. She wanted to open that door and sneak back in. OP wasn't having none of it. You changed the way you talk to me. I used that line to my wife a few times. She gets a little too heated. I'm like, I will not be spoken to that way. And that usually nips it in the bud. But yeah, this girl's just making excuses. That's the way I am. It's your fault that I'm talking to you that way. Fuck you. It's deep down inside and you know it. You just don't want to take a look because you know it's horrible in there. And now so do I. So goodbye. Have a nice life if you're able to. Doubtful. OP says, I don't think relationships should be a one-upping. Yeah, people keeping score of anything in their life or relationship is pretty dumb. Like, you kind of got to keep score in your bank balance. But even then, don't look too close. It's stupid. Dating me is like continually being in competition. You're competing against me. What can you bring to the table that I already don't bring myself? Nail polish emoji. I don't know. A meaty hog, I guess. But maybe this is her way of telling us that she has a meaty hog. Maybe our meaty hogs can go truffle hunting together. I don't even know what that's a euphemism for. What I do know is I don't want to be continually in competition. I don't want to be in competition at all, period. That's not really my vibe. Everything you said just now seems really stressful and annoying, and I don't want to add that into my life, okay? And then on top of that, you probably be holding yourself back because she wants to compete, but only if she can win. And in order to keep your wife happy, you're gonna have to hold back from unleashing your true potential? Nah, dude, that's bullshit, bro. Become who you were always meant to be deep down inside. And if everybody's scared of that thing, then good! They should be. You don't know what I'm capable of. I don't know what I'm capable of, but I'm excited to find out. She just wants to turn it into a thing about her. So yeah, stay far away from this dating profile. I'm glad you told me up front about all that bullshit. That's the real MVP play. This LP says, in hindsight, I guess she was jealous? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. She says, I'm talented. Jesus Christ, isn't it kind of desperate to, like, date girls from all over the world? That's the opposite of desperation. I'm not trying to insult you or anything, but I mean... Yeah, but I mean, it's called being continental, okay? I'm sorry that you're intimidated by my range of options, but that's just the way that it is. It's not a problem with me. You're the one that needs to be more secure in yourself, which I guess is another theme of this episode. Just nice girls with no self-esteems and dudes with backbones shutting them down. Anyway, OP says, I was actually just screwing around on this app and we actually clicked, like, when we matched. And she says, I know, you told me, lol, still. And he said, yeah, I told her right away I'm not from Ireland. And she was like, oh, okay. And conversations are fun, so shrug. She's an absolute sweetheart, and if it doesn't end up anywhere, then oh well. She's definitely jealous. Yeah, that's like rule 1, isn't it? Don't talk about any other romantic prospects, past, present, or future. How do you not know this already? She says, nah, my man, I'm talking about the whole getting attached to someone who's not even in the same country as you, and you being like, maybe I'll go see her, lol, 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 100. Like, for real, my dude. Everyone can be nice by texts, Lamau. Yes, except for you, apparently. Why do you gotta crush the young man's dreams? Why can't you just let him have it his imagination and play pretend? And who knows, like, he could get out there eventually. Saving up for a plane ticket is not an insurmountable task if you're really dead set on seeing somebody. Anyway, OP says, I'm not attached. And she says, sure. And he says, like, also, I'd be going to Ireland regardless, because it's on my list, ha ha ha. Yeah, bucket list. I'm gonna kiss that Blarney Stone. Get over here, Blarney Stone, and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Fresh!
She just says, anyway, just sharing. I think it kind of looks sad / desperate to create relationships with people like that, but you know, you do you. Yeah, then why'd you even fucking bring it up to me? How about that? If you were truly live and let live, then you wouldn't feel the need to mention it at all, let alone throw it in my face in such a fashion. Just come right out and say you're jealous. Come out and say you're jealous of this chick that I've never met before. Make me choose between the two of you so I can pick her and you can fuck off out of here. She says, yeah, sure. I really don't want to sound insulting though. I'm kind of confused with ellipses before it. I'm not your it's not up to me to explain this to you. Get the hell out of here. OP says, yeah. You kinda are. But hey, it's whatever. She said, you take it how you feel it. If it's insulting, then it's somehow hitting home. Whatever fits, my man. And he says, sure. I guess people don't get offended when people call them sad and desperate. It's kinda. Oh, so I'm only kinda sad and desperate. Okay. Thanks a lot. I feel better now. I'll open the door and invite this fucking succubus back in. OP says, I guess I'm just not reacting properly to it. And she says, I have no idea what you're saying. Yeah, it seems to be a common theme for you, doesn't it? He says, yeah, that's all good. Just thanks for sharing your opinion. And she says, I think it's a pretty common / logic opinion concerning the matter. She put an X in concerning. We are fucking cooked, bro. It's over. But as usual, you can be frustrated if you want, like, whatever, lol. I think you're the one that's frustrated. I think all of this is coming from an ugly place and you don't know how to deal with it. You've never had to deal with it because everybody always bent the knee to you. I don't give a shit about your opinion on common sense or logic because the heart wants what it wants. If you want to fly halfway across the world and take a chance on romance, I say fucking do it, man! It might be wonderful, it might be a gigantic shit sandwich, but it's better than wondering what if, isn't it? Why don't you pass that through your common sense and logic meter, stupid? OP says, I'm not frustrated, I just don't get the point of this, and why you care so much to make so many comments about it. Because jealous. I can't believe it took him this long to unpack that she was jealous the entire time. It's not that I care about it, I just find it concerning. It's to make you realize that maybe it's kinda I don't know, weird. I don't give a fuck about being weird. We're past all that. People are like, oh, this person, that person's weird. Yes, so what? I thought that was the whole thing. We're fucking celebrating our differences, are we not? Oh, only the differences that we're allowed to celebrate. I see. I'm not gonna get into that shit too, dude, but fucking... that's for another video. And there's plenty of people around you. Why creating relationship with people so far that you've never met and idealizing them? It's not super healthy on a psychological POV. Oh, so you're just looking out for my psychology. All right, big ups looking out for my psychology. But also, counterpoint, know you. Just know you. We haven't met it either, right? I'm an online person that you're idealizing right now, at least enough to be jealous of some chick that lives in Ireland. You got a degree in psychology, do you? Or are you just fucking talking out of your ass like usual? OP just says, oh, okay. Which is a good response. It uses much less energy. She says, I'm sorry if you can't comprehend this in any other way as insulting and getting annoyed / creating drama. I just think it's concerning since you've mentioned it. Like, very. I'm sorry if you're taking this the wrong way. Are you stupid or something? We have to go over the whole fucking thing again? Yeah, that's exactly what she wants. Until she can finally break down your psyche. OP says, look, I know I can get any girl here. I'm quite confident that I'm capable of it. Any girl, that's probably swinging pretty wide. But you know, if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to? She says, Lamau, tone it down a bit. I don't think you could, to be honest. And he says, okay, bye. Literally, goodbye. Ugh, thank God. And by the way, I figured it out. It's not that you're intimidating. It's just that I find you very awkward. Childish isn't cute. Being such a drama queen either. God, pot, meat, kettle, huh? And tone down your cockiness. I think it's very misplaced. Yeah, well, the neat part about that is nobody fucking asked you. It's just that easy. And I continue about my day. She's gonna be absolutely wrecked by this, though. She's like, oh no, what does Ireland have that I don't? Potatoes. Potatoes is the answer. I love potatoes.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
And with that, I'm off to go eat some potatoes. So, you guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Join up on the Patreon and YouTube memberships if you would. Consistent money every month, helping us out a whole lot. We've also got the fourth wall if you're into some merch, but if you can't afford to do all that, I mean, liking, commenting, subscribing, especially sharing the video around is a huge help. So thank you in advance if you've chosen to do those things. If not, I mean, that's cool too. You watched the video this far, what else can I really ask? Maybe watch another one, then the third one, and yeah, the YouTube algorithm really likes this stuff. But I can't truly tell you how to live. Wherever you're off to, have a good time. I want you to always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.